Good evening, all. Welcome to Chamax Cards and Breaks. Break night, we've got a full case, 25, 26, Upper Deck, Series 1 Hockey. So first things first, welcome to the break. We very much appreciate your business, appreciate your patience while we fill some of these breaks up. Let me just get these boxes out of the case here. Here we go. And there it is. Let's set these up here. So we do have our daily discount code word of the day. This code word is scrolling across the very top line there, and the code word today is NECAS, N-E-C-A-S. That code word will get you 5% off your order on the website. It's good for 24 hours. When you go to the checkout screen, you put that in there. It'll apply 5% off. We also have our first-time discount code word of Chamax 2025. This code word will get you 10% off your very first order on the website, so you can use it. You can use it once. We have the Chamax Loyalty Points Program up and running on the website. The more you spend on the website, the more points you'll earn. You can then use those points for cash discounts on future purchases. We do ship out the cards to breaks once a week, for the breaks Monday through Sunday by the end of the following week. Meaning the cards from today's break, actually this break was moved from last week, so the cards from today's break actually will go up most likely by the end of this week, probably beginning of next week, in regular Canada Post, unless you request somebody to ship the tracking and or insurance. If you do want that, please email us over at info@chamaxcards.com, or simply head to the website and you can message us through there. We do have another 12 box available. That is scrolling across this middle line here. We also have 6 box and 3 box of the old Series 1. Pick your team and random. And since you're probably a hockey lover watching this, our Black Diamond 25-26 Black Diamond breaks are up on the website. And you can get into a couple of those breaks on the website. Sorry, deleting that comment. But yeah, besides that, owners on the left, teams beside the owners, all cards go out except for those standard veteran base cards. And starting off, a little Celebrini for San Jose. For John. There's Saros for Nashville. So each packs have 3 hits. There's Logan Thomas. We go pretty quick with this break because no one wants to be here for 3 or 4 hours. There's McAvoy for the Bruins. There's your Young Guns. Bulls for the Flyers, Kadri for the Flames. So again, all cards go out except for the standard veteran base cards. So, and here's a nice little exclusives. Nice, 82/100 of Burakovsky for Seattle. Nice, Edmund. There you go, Edmund. You got yourself exclusives. Right off the bat, right off the top here. Bobrovsky, and there's Stammer. Yeah, so this break will take about 50 minutes or so to do. Again, we go pretty quick. There's Knees for Toronto. Askarov, Finley. Again, some of these, you can see like the writing here. It's not the font. I don't think. I think they could use a better font. There's Woll, Joseph Woll, Brandon Hagel for Lightning, and Connor Bedard. Lane Hudson, Quinn Hudson. Lane Hudson, Quinn Hudson, for others. Toffoli, compositions card. Good old Series 1. Always a fan favorite every year. There's Barkov for the Panthers, Renski. Kochikov, Carolina. Drew Doughty, LA. There's Perrick for the Flames. Thatcher Demko, hurt. First outburst of Kesselring for Utah. Go to John. There's Kiefer Sherwood having a great season. Makar. Svechnikov for Carolina. There's Matthews. There's Colton Dack. Jordan. Actually, that's weird. Sorry. Yeah, there's your 3 hits. Colton Dack. There you go. Sorry. That was your 3. Dustin Wolf. There's Owen Zellweger for the Ducks. Gensel for Tampa. Hellebuck. Sam Rinzel for Blackhawks. There's Patrick Laney for the Canadians. And there is your box number 1 of Series 1. All right, let's see. Organization here. And let's start ripping through this. So like I was saying before, we do have more of this available. 3 box, 6 box, and 12 of Series 1. We also have that Black Diamond that was just released, or being released tomorrow, up and on the website. 25, 26 Black Diamond. I think the next product coming up, I think it's 24, 25 the Cup, I think. It comes out in December, pretty sure. That'll end the 24, 25 series of cards, and then we'll be purely in 25, 26 for the rest of the next 7 or 8 months. So look for that. We'll probably have those breaks up for the Cup up probably in a week or so for 24, 25 Upper Deck, the Cup. And this is box number 2, everybody. H3656. This was scheduled, I think, for a couple days ago. We moved it to today. And then we moved it to 5:30 to get a little bit of an earlier start on it. 5:30 Pacific time, it is. Alex Tuck, Sabres, Vasilevsky, Tampa, Oliver Moore for the Blackhawks. Again, we'll stop at anything that's amazing. Crosby, Dougie Hamilton for the Devils, Kyle Connor, Vander Kane, Coco for Seattle, Brant Clark for the Kings. If we get a 1-1 or something, we'll stop and enjoy it. Zaka for the Bruins, Markstrom, Cam Lund for the Sharks. We should be almost get all the young guns out of a full case. Carlson for the Ducks, Barbashev for the Knights, Zach Hyman for the Oilers. There's another Carlson. There's Callahan for the Bruins, and Aho for Carolina. Uyghur for Calgary. Timo Meier. Jersey, there's Wall. Toronto. Roman Josi. Snuggerud for St. Louis. Hellebuck. Frank Nazar. A little outburst card for Chicago. Let's go into Edmund. Crosby. Robert Thomas for St. Louis. Well, we got our first clear of Brandon Ski for Nashville. Let's go into James. There you go. Nice. Chris Letang. That's cool. Old school Encore cards. Dakota Joshua. Young Guns canvas of Callahan for Boston. It's kind of cool. Fremont. Sam Morton for Flames. Josh Morrissey. Clayton Keller, Patrick Laine, and Braden Point for the Lightning. And that is another box. Complete with this break, everyone's going to get a bunch of cards. Like lots. There's a lot of, with a full case. In the hockey world, this is a 12 box of Series 1. It does not get bigger for how many hits go out. This is the big one. This is the big one. Full case. Sealed case. 12 boxes. Old Series 1. Series 2, I think, usually comes out, I think it's January, I think. Might be a bit earlier than that. And then you got Extended Series after that. So box number 3, everybody. 25. I just noticed that says 25, 25. Let me fix that. Let's fix that. It says 25, 25. I should say 25, 26. Probably be better. There we go. 25, 26 Upper Deck Series 1, 12 bucks. And there's our discount code word there. Daily Neckus. Got 3 million people right now watching from around the world. Let's do it. All right. Jasper Bratt. Evan Bouchard. Gabe Perreault for the Rangers. Ovechkin, Eklund for the Sharks, and Philip Forsberg. Sider for Detroit, Coco for the Kraken, Renski. Blue Jackets. Sorokin for the Islanders, Kadri. Cairns for the Flames. Cam Fowler, Kevin Hayes for the Penguins. There's another Timo Meier. I think we're already getting some duplicates now. Jared McCann, Victor Osman for the Kraken, Matty Benyang for the Kraken. That was 3 Kraken cards in a row. Who's that Seattle spot? That's going out to Edmund. Nice. Aho, Matthew Wood for Nashville, Merzlikins for Columbus. Swayman for the Bruins, Dern for the Bruins, McCann for the Kraken. John Gibson, the outburst card for Anaheim, going to Edmund. Evangelista for Nashville, and there's Lane Hudson. Connor McMichael for the Capitals, Jimmy Snuggerud for St. Louis, Owinger for Dallas. Blake Coleman for the Flames. There's Nyman for Seattle. Hagel. Swagnificant. It's our first Cider for Detroit. Kind of cool. Special inserts. Going to Edmund. Matthew Knees. Cole Caulfield for Montreal. All right. There you go. That was box number 3. Box number 3. Now on to box number 4. Half this box will be 1/3 through. 8 boxes remaining for this. So our website does sort firstly by a new break. A new break is something listed in the last 14 days. So we'll show those breaks first. So anything listed in the last 14 days. It will then sort by fewest to most teams or spots remaining. So really easy to see what's going to be popping off soonest. For most products, not all, but for most, we do schedule the break-in once we get below 5 teams. So once we're at 4 teams or spots remaining. Again, for most products, not all, we will schedule the break-in. We'll email all the breakers the date and time of the break. That's how everyone knows when a break is happening. You will be emailed. You're obviously going to email us, too, if you have any inquiries on those breaks. We we usually break Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. I know today we start at 5:30 because it's a bigger break, but say 5:30, 6 o'clock. Monday through Thursdays. Fridays can be a catch-all day. It can be a break at 1 or 3 or 5, and we do not usually break on the weekends. Jordan Binnington for Blues, Oettinger for Dallas, and then the Swayman. We got Oliver Moore for Chicago, Matthew Wood for Nashville, and Eklund for San Jose. Cup Quest card. And then we got a high gloss of Yuri Kulich for Buffalo. Nice. 6 out of 10. Gotta get that one. Gotta get the high gloss protected. And that's going to Buffalo. And there you go. Going out to Dante. Nice. 6 out of 10. High gloss. Rare. I like it. And they got Kachuk and Ovechkin. There you go. Nice. We've had exclusives. We had a high gloss. Clear. Luukkonen for Buffalo. Forsberg for Nashville. Goucher for the Flyers. Jesper Bratt. Ekholm. Sidney Crosby. Compadres for San Jose card. Parker Ford, Winnipeg. Gabe Perreault. I don't think we're going to get a better card in this box. We never know. Done. Connor McD. You got Quinn Hughes. I like him. Vancouver's our team here. They're not having the greatest year. Lafreniere. Dominic Shine for Detroit. Nuge for Edmonton. Morgan Barron for Winnipeg. Jack and Luke Hughes. One day probably include Quinn in that. Stützle. Hopefully he stays in Vancouver. Got my doubts. Heiskanen. Urson, Philly. Leonard for the Capitals. Joey Decord for Seattle. Kyle Connor for Winnipeg. Jesper Bratt for the Devils. Nathan McKinnon. Oliver Rodrigue for the Oilers. Austin Matthews. All right. All right. That was box number 4. Box number 5. Oh, Connor McD on the cover, eh? Home of Young Guns since 1990. True statement. If you're not a huge hockey connoisseur, Upper Deck, the Series 1 and 2 are kind of known as the official, they hold the official rookie cards, Young Guns. That's kind of like everyone knows. It's kind of the official rookie card of a player. So you'll have Series 1, Series 2, and then you have Extended as well, has some Young Guns in there. Giving you I believe, 150 card set of rookies per year, because there's 50 in each series. With a case, you pretty much almost always get a full 50 set, but a lot of times you'll be missing 1 or 2. But you have duplicates of others, so we'll see. In this case, we get all 50. But in my experience, you usually miss 1, maybe 2 in a case. Heiskanen for Dallas. You got Thatcher Demko and Colorado card, Compadres card. Joaquin Kemmel for Nashville. Tolopilo for the Canucks. Chris Kreider. A deluxe of the Breadman out of 250 for the Rangers. For JFN, longtime breaker here, Seth Jarvis. There's Connor McD. Cairo for St. Louis. Holloway. Tim Wash for the Ducks. Vegas. Speckles card. Brant Clark for Kings. You got Nylander for Toronto. Toronto also not having a good year. Kind of makes me happy. Marchment. Justin Robidas for Carolina. Ostland for the Sabres. 6 million people joining us now. Sam Reinhart. Jason Robertson for Dallas. Matthew Knies. Lucas Dostal for Ducks. There's Pete, the other Petey for Vancouver. Marco Rossi. Outburst of Dylan Holloway for St. Louis. Going to Frank. There's a Florida card. Moritz Seider. Malkin. Gustafsson for Minnesota. Dvorsky for the Blues. Jake Neighbors for St. Louis. Samuel Montembaum for Canadians. And Connor Bedard. Third-year Bedard. Crazy already, third year. Wyatt Johnston for Dallas. Colton Dack. It's a duplicate already. Brady Tkachuk. I've already had a Colton Dack. All right. Box number 6. This will mark the old half remaining after this box still. Long way to go still. Lots of Mondo hits to come. Box number 6. 2025-26 Upper Deck Series 1 12-box break H3656. Got a bunch of breaks already scheduled coming up over the next few days, next week. We have I think it's a 24-25 SP Authentic break. We got actually MVP break. We don't do many of those very often, but Upper Deck MVP break. We have a Bowman Baseball break of 2025. We have 2024 Bowman Chrome Baseball break coming up. Alan Ginter baseball break coming up. So some baseball, some hockey, a little bit of everything. All right, box number 6. Let's do it. Roy Riley for Toronto. Grabauer for Seattle. Oliver Rodrigue for Edmonton. Again, we're into duplicate zone. Morgan Geeky for Boston. Who's that? The Nuge. Sturkin. Kent Johnson from Blue Jackets. Rory Cairns for Flames. Kopitar. We're ripping through now. Blackwood, Colorado. McTavish. Ryan Suzuki for the Hurricanes. Relations to Nick. Evander Kane. Kapokako for the Kraken. Draisaitl for Edmonton. A Carolina card. Joakim Kamel for Nashville. Sam Reinhart for the Panthers. Zibanejad. Philip Forsberg. Draisaitl. Come on, let's get something big here. Something interesting. Logan Stankoven, Ryan Leonard for the Capitals, Austin Matthews, Jake DeBrusk for our Vancouver Canucks, going to Edmund. Detroit card, William Eklund. Nikushkin for Colorado, Kucherov, Dustin Wolf, Jacob Melanson for Seattle. Matthew Wood for Nashville. Quinn Hughes for Vancouver. And we have a deluxe card of Mackenzie Blackwood. 30 out of 250 for Colorado. Going to Andre A. There you go. You got yourself a deluxe. Matt Boldy and Makar for Colorado. He's pretty good. All right. Now. All right. Keep on trucking. Back half of the break now. Look for hobby exclusive clear cuts. Those clear cut cards are only found in the hobby packs. Actually, did not know that. We've had one so far. One clear cut. Those are the ones that are acetate cards are clear, obviously. Hence the name. Hence the name. So much. Oh, I've been saying this for years. So much recycling when it comes to the old box breaking. Boxes and wrappers. It's nuts how much you've gone through over the last 8 years. All right, box number, I think this is 7, everybody. Good luck. Let's do it. Oh, population count 1G. Jacob Markstrom for the Devils. Going to JMM. There you go, nice. Kadri. Allmark. Caulfield. Fowler for the Blues. Perek for the Flames. I'm not sure I'm saying that correctly. Brant Clark. Anders Lee for the Islanders. Eric Carlson. Young Guns outburst card for Tolopilo for the Canucks. Pretty cool. For Edmund, I'm not sure if he's ever going to play in the big leagues, but time will tell. Yes, for Bratt. Kachuk. Lucas Raymond. You got Jordan Binnington. Another Ryan Suzuki for Carolina. Jacob Markstrom there. Tage Thompson for the Sabres. Another Tage Thompson. Dual Tages. Vegas card. You got Series 1 checklist. So we have, this is nice, Demidov and Levshinov. So Montreal is owned by Edmonton. Chicago is owned by Edmonton. So hey, that makes it easy, Edmond. It's your card. I like it. Shan Monahan. Otherwise you have to do a little flip of the coin. Nylander, Dougie Hamilton, and there's Lindgren. Gustafsson, Mazur for Red Wings, and Jack Eichel. Last stack here, box number 7. Tyler Bertuzzi, Ethan Frank for Washington, Nathan McKinnon. Vince Dunn. There's Celebrini for San Jose. Stuart Skinner, Edmonton. We go Ovechkin, Quinn Hudson, and Clayton Keller. So we're firmly now into a lot of duplicates. Definitely have not seen all the Young Guns yet. Okay, flip that around so it looks nice now. Box number 8, everybody. One second, I'm just going to take the old sweater off here. Just getting that. All right. Okay, we're back. We are back. All right, box number 8, everybody. H3656. Collect your favorites. Look for popular upper deck canvas, population count, and Dazzlers cards. I think we've only had a couple Dazzlers. So obviously lots of canvas, and we've only had one population count. So let's see what these last 4 or 5 boxes bring us. In this full case of 25-26 Series 1 hockey. Again, we have another one of these available. If you want a full case, it's right there, H3664. You use that discount code word, or if you want to get on a half case or a 3-box case, try your luck at a random. Head over to ChadmaxCards.com. All right, another clear, but a clear Young Guns of Dvorsky for St. Louis. Very nice. These are rare cards. Going to Frank. There you go, Frank. There's Fantilli and Connor McDavid. Nylander, Gatcomb for the Islanders, Kaprizov for Minnesota. That population count is a really good box here. Trocheck for the Rangers going to JFN. Population count 1K, 1,000. Made Panarin, Pasternak. Yeah, this is a stacked box so far. That was only the first little part. Levchinov, nice for Chicago. One of the bigger rookies. Thatcher Demko. Dorwart for Flyers. Vasilevsky, Jake Neighbors, and Nick Suzuki. Makar, Nyman for the Kraken, and there's Ovechkin. Perot for the Rangers, Caulfield, and Cam Talbot for Detroit. Kiefer Sherwood for Vancouver. There's Levchinov for the Chicago. It's a good one. Tage Thompson, Zadorov for Boston. Leo Carlson, Outburst for Anaheim going to Edmond. Nice. Cole Perfetti. Matthew Barzell. Kochetkov for Carolina. Kemper. Ozzy Weisblatt for Nashville for James. That's the first Weisblatt we've seen. Dougie Hamilton. JT Compher for Detroit. Kirill Kaprizov for Minnesota. Owen Tippett, Philly. Kuonen for Penguins. Hughes. We're seeing a few different rookies now. We have not seen yet. Filling out that 50. Okay. Final 4 boxes. Final 4. What time we got here? 5:58. So yeah, half an hour in. Yes, we're actually doing a pretty good clip here. Pretty good clip. 8 boxes in half an hour. Good. It is good. They made this Series 1 a lot easier. 4 years ago, they made it a lot easier to break. Before, it was way more packs. I think there was 1 hit in every pack. So they put more cards in the pack, less packs, and 3 hits in each. Much more breaker friendly. This is box number 9. And good luck. Box number 9. Makar. Montenbaum. Osman for the Kraken. Adrian Kemp, LA. Duclair, Islanders. Raymond for the Red Wings. Alex Tuck. Parker Ford for Winnipeg. There's Matthew Tkachuk, Florida. Moritz Seider. You got Allmark. There's lots of Allmarks. Skerrick for the Islanders. I think that's the first one. First Skerrick. Sizzle Reel for Crosby. Keandre Miller for the Rangers. Alex Ovechkin. Sam Reinhart. Tim Walsh for the Ducks. There's a Malkin. Travis Sanheim for Philly. Jared McCann. Joey Decord. Voronkov for Blue Jackets. Gabe Perreault for the Rangers. Matthew Sherwood for Nashville. Young Guns outburst of Dvorsky for St. Louis, going out to Frank. Oh, hey, Emin. Sorry. Yeah, we emailed everyone. Sorry, James. We did. We started early. We started about 5:30. We emailed everyone about 45 minutes before the break. Let them know we're going to start at 5:30. Just get a little bit extra start. But hey, you can hit the rewind button on the YouTube, and if you're on YouTube, it's the best way to watch it. You can back. But Edmund, sorry, I was looking down. I was looking at the messages. No Demidovs yet. We had the checklist that you got between Chicago and Montreal. So you kind of have one. Markstrom, there's a clear cut for New Jersey. Forsberg and Pasternak. And Sebrango, the Senators. Ian Moore. Martin Necas. And there is a population count 1,000 of Wyatt Johnson. Seems like there's always lots of Dallas population counts. Go out to Nick. And there's Nashville Car. There's Marchessault. And wait, put that there. Too soon. Too quick. And there you go. There's box number 9. Like I said, we emailed everyone a little before, saying we're just going to move up the break half an hour, just to get a head start on it, because it is a longer break. But we always, and anytime we do a change, we always email everybody. So as long as you're checking your email, you'll know what's going on. If you don't, well, you won't. If you're like me, I think I check my email, I don't know, 100 times a day. I think most people do now. It's on your phone, so usually you know an email comes within moments. Everyone's got their phones attached to their face. For good or bad. We're slaves to our digital devices. Yeah, we emailed everyone saying we're going to move up for half an hour. But like I said, not a big deal. You can always go to YouTube and just zip it back. These breaks are saved on YouTube for all time. If that was me, I would do that anyways. I'd forward through all this part. That's good, James. That's what makes everyone individual. Not everyone's the same. Dylan Duke. There's a Demidov, but not the Young Guns. But there you go. There's one. It's our first lone Demidov card. Tanev. There's Dylan Duke. Adrian Kemp. Owen Tippett for Philly. Marchessault. Connor Bedard. Third year to Bedard. Noah Dobson. Owen Tippett. Riley Duren for the Bruins. Dakota Joshua for the Canucks. Josh Norris for Buffalo. Marchenko for Columbus. Washington card. Donovan Sebrango for the Senators. Wyatt Johnson. You see every time early again. I think we've done in the last 8 years, we must have done, oh, geez, it's got to be 1,000 breaks. I think we probably done them early, maybe 7 times. Zach Pariah, Matty Beignet, and Lehkonen for Colorado. So I don't think it's every time. Oh, 1 sec, everybody. Sorry about that. It was a phone call that came in. Alrighty, so onwards and upwards here. Okay, so there's Jack Hughes. Oh, hey, there we go. There's Demidov. You were asking Edmund. He came. This guy's quite the player, you know. Everyone was Bedard, and you know he still might be a Hall of Fame superstar player. You never know. This Demidov guy sure has the. It is impressive, for sure. There you go. Bam. Maybe we'll get another one. Austin Matthews. Radis for Tampa Bay. You got Toronto card. You got Seth Jarvis. Timo Meier, jersey. There's Connor Hellebuck. There's Owen Sillinger. Philip Gustafsson. We got, speaking of Connor Bedard, there's Adam Fox. Matthew Tkachuk. Another Tolopilo. Petey for Vancouver. Alrighty. Okay, so there you go. I'm not sure if you have every Young Gun yet, but I'm probably getting close to it, maybe. All right, well, this would be box 11. Box number 11 coming right up. Edmund, I hope. Swag. We did get one. Yes, we got one swagnificant. Edmund. Can't remember what player it was, but we've had one. Came in the first 6. Yeah, it was the first half of the break. Box 4 maybe? Box 4 or 5? Is this swagnificant? All right, 2 boxes left, my friends. Let's do it. Let us do it. Zari. There's Edmonton. There's Osland for the Sabres. There's Kleshinov. Nice. Joel Eriksson-Ek. Roman Josi. Rensky. Sam Rinzel for Blackhawks. There's Dallin for Buffalo. Robert Thomas. Sam Reinhart. Skylar Brindamore. That's the first. There you go. I know we haven't had Skylar yet for Carolina. Going to John. So we're still picking up a few here. Charles Lindgren, Mario Ferrero, Kyle Connor. There's a Mackenzie Blackwood. Jack Finley, I'm pretty sure we've already had him. Dylan Larkin. Chris Kreider, Erik Karlsson, Aiden Hill for Vegas. There's Kirill Kaprizov for Minnesota. Carson Dorwart. There's Lefshinov. Another pretty good player. Looks like. Gustav Forsling for Florida. That's going to Edmund. Kyle Connor. Sidney Crosby. Last stack here. We got a clear cut of John Gibson for Anaheim. There you go, Edmund. Osland. And Aho for Carolina. Leon Draisaitl. Ian Moore for the Ducks. The Breadman for the Rangers. Numbered encore of Karlsson. This is 25 out of 50 for Vegas for John. Again, more of a rare card. Marchenko and Holloway. And that, my friends, leads us to the final box. Our next break is that SP Authentic break. Is a 24-25 SP Authentic, I think. That break's having a Friday, and then we also have an MVP break. Those kind of a funny break, sir. Cheaper, MVP is in the world of hockey is the kind of like the budget product, but still you can get some kind of cool cards in it. It's not like it's cheap. It's just more of a budget-minded break. But yeah, we're going to be doing a little MVP break. I think it's a $5 MVP. It's kind of fun. The SP Authentic is not a budget break. It's expensive stuff. So that's happening on Friday. And then like I said, next week we already have breaks scheduled. I'm pretty sure we have breaks scheduled in every day of next week. And I'm hoping that some of the Black Diamond breaks, you guys will get on there and get those Black Diamond breaks below 5 so we can schedule some of those in shortly as well. But for now, this is the last box. So I want to thank you all. I want to thank Edmund. I want to thank everybody, but people in the chat. I want to thank Edmund. I want to thank James. Thank you all again. Marco Rossi, Luke Hughes, Matthew Robertson, and let's see what this last box brings. Hope some huge hits to both, all of you, but especially Edmund and James, because you're here. Thatcher Demko, Upside Down Merzlikins, DeBrincat. We got Mackenzie Blackwood outburst card for Colorado going to Andre. Logan Stankoven. We got a Kucherov. 3 stacks left. Dylan Strome. Sorokin. Jacob Quillen. I think that might be our first Quillen for Toronto there for Richard. Maybe that was the last remaining Young Guns. I don't know. Montreal. Sidney Crosby. Mitch Marner. Weird saying that in Vegas. Jake Gensel. Jacob Melanson for Seattle. Jason Robertson for Dallas. Oh, I was just talking about Edmund. Yes, the cup. I'm going to list it probably within the next week. I was just talking about that earlier on in the break. So your question is, yes, Luca Cagnoni for the Sharks. Jack Hughes. But yeah, I think by the end of this week, this weekend, it'll be up. So I think it comes out the first couple weeks of December. Got to double check that. Seth Jones, Brandon Hagel, Bobrovsky. Like I was saying, that's the last product for the 24-25 cycle. Brandon Montour for Seattle. Dvorsky for the Blues. Another Dvorsky for the Blues. And last stack here, everybody. Good luck. Lucas Raymond for Detroit. Brant Clark for LA. Dostal for Anaheim. And we have Sam Rinsel for Chicago. We got Skylar Brindamore for Carolina. Leon Draisaitl, obviously, for Edmonton. Pink Dazzlers of Sam Reinhart for Florida. Ovechkin. Matt Zuccarello. December 3rd. There you go, Edmonton. See? And that, my friends, does it. Here, Motic. Take this. That does it for the old 25-26 Series 1 12-box break. We actually went through that pretty darn quick. Like I said, I guess you always, if you want to, you always go back and watch in slow motion.
HD, yeah.
It's HD, 60 frames per second, easy to pause. That's why we do it in 60 frames. So if you do want to go back, I think it might take a little while for YouTube to formulate it, but you can watch in slow motion. Watch it.
Yeah.
Take 3 hours to watch it.
Yeah, suck it
Go
up.
frame by frame.
Study
Study every
every
card if you want it. I was joking around. Everyone, seriously, Edmund, James, the rest of you out there, thank you so much for joining us. Again, James, I do apologize if you didn't know it was late, but we don't usually do this very often. But for bigger breaks, sometimes if timing allows, we can move the break a bit earlier. But again, we do email everybody. I know you didn't check it, so apologize for that. But we always will give at least a half an hour or so notice of any changes, and we do email everybody. So again, thank you everyone for joining us. Any questions, comments, concerns, you can email us over at info@chatmaxcards.com. These cards, I said, will be going out shortly. And we'll see you in the next break. I think some of you actually are in this break that we're happening on Friday. And we'll talk to you soon. Thank you again.